Hello guys, it is Shivam here. Welcome to part 11 where we are developing the e-commerce app. You can also say a online shopping app from scratch with admin panel using Flutter and Firebase. On this series, we'll cover setting up Firebase as a backend, user authentication, order tracking, payment processing, and many more. So do not forget to hit that like and subscribe button so that you won't miss out on any of the upcoming videos we upload on this series. Now let's get started. So in our last part, I have shown you how to show the categories in the user side of the app. For an example, if I will press to this watch category, then it will show me all the watches that have been stored in the Firebase. So by this method, I can show as many products in the any categories by uploading it through the admin panel. So when I'll tap to this plus icon, you can see that it will directly move to a product detail page where you can see a product image, the watch, the price and the detail. So now, as I've told you in the last part, that I'm going to add Stripe payment gateway on this video, or you can say on this part. So if you haven't followed the complete playlist of the e-commerce app or shopping app, I will paste a complete playlist link in the comment box. You can follow the complete playlist and can make a awesome e-commerce app from the scratch. So if you are the old viewer, then you already know the use of Stripe payment gateway because we have already used a Stripe in the previous e-commerce app, which was a food delivery app. So in this app, I'm going to show you each process of how to add a Stripe payment gateway, and you can code along with me and can write a complete code that requires in the Stripe. So in the previous food delivery app, I have got a lot of message from the viewers. They are telling me that they are facing a problem to run the Stripe on the Flutter app. But when I saw their error, there was just a few mistake that they have done. Basically, they have skipped some of the process from the video. By skipping that process, they can't integrate a Stripe in the Flutter app. So I have a small request from you all. Please do not skip any process, because in Android you need to add lots of things in the Android manifest file, in the Kotlin file. So there are lots of things that you need to integrate to run the Stripe successfully in your Flutter app. So let's move. And first I'm going to create an account in a Stripe payment gateway, and I'll show you how to create an account in the Stripe. So let's move to the Stripe. So here is a stripe.com. It is the official website of Stripe. Now you can see that there are lots of feature that you can use on a Stripe. Like you can also use an Apple Pay, and you can use a numerous number of card like Visa, MasterCard, Discover, etc. So the Stripe has been used in the most of the famous websites like Amazon, Google, Zara, Shopify, WhatsApp, BMW, and lots of website. So you can see that Stripe is one of the most successful and most demanded gateway, and we are going to use this gateway in our e-commerce app. So first you need to sign in the app. So I have already signed in the Stripe. So if you haven't signed in, I mean, if you don't have an account in the Stripe, you can first create an account in the Stripe and can successfully log in and can directly move to the dashboard. So I'm directly moving to the dashboard of the Stripe payment gateway. So after moving to the dashboard of the Stripe payment gateway, you can see that I am running the Stripe in a text mode, because this is just a test app that I'm going to make. But if you are making a e-commerce app for your store or anything, like you want a real payment to be done by the user while purchasing a product from your app, you can successfully go live and can add a real API keys so that the user can pay. But for the test mode, you can successfully go to a developer option here and you can go to the API keys. Now in the API keys, I'm going to use this publishable key and the secret key. So you can create an account from the Stripe. Don't use this key. This is just for the test purpose, because I'm going to remove this key once I make this video. This is I'm doing just for the testing purpose. So I'll copy this publish key. But before that, let's move to the perf dev because we need to copy a Flutter Stripe package from the perf dev. So I will move to the perf dev first. Now I will search Flutter Stripe over here. So I will simply write Flutter Stripe and will click on search button. Now here you can see the package name Flutter Stripe. Now move to the installing and we need to copy this package and we'll go to the perspec.ml file and we'll paste it over here. Now simply run this package in your Flutter app. So again you are facing the version error, then simply remove the version and it can successfully load your package. So here you can see that our Flutter Stripe package has been loaded successfully. Now after this, in the service folder, I'm going to create a new file where I'm going to store the two key, which is publish key and the secret key. So these are the two most important key that you need to add in your Flutter app to run the Stripe in your app. So in the services folder, I will create a new file name which will be constant dot and I will simply write a string over here and first one is a publishable key. So I'll copy this key from here. Now I will simply write publishable key equals to and will store the key and we'll do same for the secret key key yeah. Now I will reveal the text key. Now I'll copy this secret key and will paste it over here. So here you can see that we have added a two keys. Now this is just adding a two API key in your Flutter app, but to run the Stripe in the Android you need to add some of the functionality. So we will move to the readme page and we'll move down and you can see that we need to add 7 points in the Android to run the Stripe successfully in your app. So our API level is 21, so I don't need to change anything. Our Kotlin version is above 1.5.0, so don't do anything. Requires Android Gradle plugin 8. I think so it is already done. Now use a descendant theme.app compact for your activity. So we need to change this in the Android manifest file. So we need to move to the Android manifest file over here. Now let's move and we need to go to the Android app src main Android manifest.xml. Now we need to go to the Android theme. So in the Android theme, we need to just write a command like theme dot app compat dot light. Yeah, so this is a theme that we need to use in the Android theme, which is theme dot app compat dot light. Now again I am telling you that please do not skip any of the process from here, because if you miss any of the points then you can't run the Flutter app in your Android emulator, or if you are running the app in your real Android device. Now here we don't need to do for the Android Gradle build tool version. It is already done. Now we need to change a Flutter fragment activity in the main activity.kt. So we need to go to the Kotlin main activity.kt. Now as the point say, we need to change a Flutter activity to Flutter fragment activity. So we need to copy this and we'll paste it over, not here. We'll paste this line and we'll paste it over here. Yeah. So we need to add this one more line. Now in the main activity, we need to change to Flutter fragment activity. So here it is done. Now Flutter fragment activity and here Flutter fragment activity. So our 6 point is done. Now 7 is also done. You don't need to do anything extra. Now when after adding these points, do not rebuild the app with a hot reload, because to activate all this functionality we need to rerun the app from the starting. basically you need to close a complete app and again run a flutter run command. So now for the iOS, I want to tell you that we need to just change a platform version to 13. I think so I've already done that before. So let me check. So let's move to the runner, not runner, in the pod file. So it is already done. So if you haven't done, you can simply change from 11 to 13 in the platform iOS version to run the app in the iPhone device or iPhone emulator. So here it is done. Now I have added a function to run the app in the Android device. Now after this, I'm going to do one thing. We'll move to the main.dart file, and here I need to integrate our publishable key that we have added in consent.dart file. So here I will simply write stripe dot publishable key is equals to publishable key. Yeah, so don't forget to add this line. Now we have added a complete thing for the stripe. Now come our main thing, to write a code to access a stripe. Now let's move to the product detail page, and here I'm going to make a new function named make payment. So make payment function will be called when the user will tap to this buy now button. So now I will simply write a future now void, and will pass a function name that I have just told you now, which is make payment, and will pass the amount. So I will simply write string amount, and now we'll write async now try. Now we need to add a payment intent over here. So we'll move above and we'll simply write map string string dynamic. So I will write dynamic, yeah, dynamic. Now payment intent. So we'll write payment intent, yeah. Now we can pass a null string. Now I will simply write here payment intent create equals to, and will create a function name create payment intent. Now I'm going to create a function name create payment intent, so do not need to worry. Now in the create payment intent, I'm going to pass the our currency that I want to use for the payment. So I am passing INR. If you want USD, you can also pass USD over here. Now after this, I will simply write await. Now I will write stripe dot instance. So we need to first call a stripe gateway. So I will call stripe dot instance dot init payment sheet. Now set up payment sheet parameters. Now after this, I can do one thing, like I can write payment intent client secret. Now we'll write payment intent, and we can pass a client secret key. So I will write client secret, yeah. So here it is done. Now not semicolon, yeah. So we can add a null string, yeah. So here it is done. Now we can pass a style. I want to pass a theme mode dot dark. You can pass light too. Now after this, we need to pass a merchant display name. So I will pass a random name, which is Adnan. Now dot then, so dot then, and we can leave it empty, yeah. Basically in dot then, for now I'm passing it empty because after this payment I want to show the function that I want to execute. So we'll add a map string to show the order in the Firebase, but for now I am leaving empty. Now after this, I will show the our next function name, which will be a display payment sheet. So after the payment is done, I want to show the payment sheet to the user, suggesting that the payment has been done. Now after the try, I will catch an error if there will be any error. So I will simply pass e.s. Now we'll simply print an exception dollar here sign e, and will print an error if there will be any error. So we'll do here. Yeah, now I want to tell you one more thing. If you are facing any error, like to write a code, because I'm writing each line over here in the Stripe payment gateway function, like make payment function, but if you are still facing some error, I will paste a code link in the description box. You can just get the code and can copy that make payment function, and you can directly paste it over here. But if you don't want to get the code, you can simply see my video and can pause a video and can write the code. So it is totally up to your thing, like which way you want to go, it's better. Now after this, I want to our function name, which is display, basically this function. So I will copy this function name and will paste it over here. Yeah, now we'll pass a string. We don't need a time. I don't know why I have passed a time over here, so I will remove this. Now we'll simply write async. Now we need to try, and basically try catch, you already know the use of try catch. Now we'll pass a stripe dot instance dot present payment sheet dot then, and I will simply write one more async over here. Now after this, I will show the dialog box. Now to show the dialog box, I will simply write a function name show dialog, and it will be a context, and in the builder I want to show the alert dialog box. So I will write alert dialog. Now here we can pass this. Yeah, so here it is done. We can use a semicolon. Now in the content, I will use a column widget. So I will write column and main axis size dot min, so that it can use a minimum size. Now in the children, I will simply pass a row widget. Now in the row widget, I will write children, and after that I want to show the icon, and icons dot check circle. Yeah, something like this. Now we can pass a colors dot green. Basically this will be shown when the user will have done a complete payment, like adding a card number and everything. And after this, the dialog box will be shown with a check circle icon and the text that I'm going to add, like payment successful. Now we'll simply write a text which is payment successful. So we'll write payment payment successful. Yeah, so we have wrote a try. Now we need to catch an error if there will be any error existing. Now after this, I need to pass a payment intent null, so that if I want to make a payment, I can successfully make a payment again. So now in the alert dialog, after this I will simply pass a payment intent equal to null. Yeah, now dot on error. Now we need to catch the error, and if there will be any error, then it will simply print that error. So I will simply write print, and like we can pass the error is now something like this. Yeah, now we can simply print the error. So I will simply write dot, not here, yeah, dot error, yeah, and a stack trace, yeah, comma, yeah. So here it is done. Now after this we need to pass on, and in the on I will pass a stripe exception, and we can catch the error, and we'll pass e, and we'll print the error. So we'll simply write error is yeah. Now we can pass a dollar sign again and e, yeah. So here it is done. Now we can again pass a show dialog, that for an example, if the user have cancelled their payment, then we can simply pass the thing like the payment has been cancelled. So in the builder I will simply pass this like a alert dialog saying that payment has been cancelled. So I will simply write cancelled. So in the content I will pass a text that cancelled, yeah. Now after this we can also catch an error. Now we simply write and print uh, yeah, something like this, yeah. So display payment sheet function is done, and we have wrote this function, but our main function is create payment intent. So I will simply copy this function again and will paste it over here. Now we can simply pass a string amount. Now we need to also pass a currency because I passed I and R above. Now we can pass a currency. Now after this we can async now try, and in the try I will first pass a map string dynamic. Now body equals to amount. Now we need to get amount, so we need to write one more function to calculate the amount. So we'll simply pass the amount in the calculate amount, and the calculate amount will simply pass the calculated amount over here. Now we need to also pass a currency, so I will write currency, yeah, and a currency, yeah. Now a payment method. So payment, wait a second, please do not make a mistake like anything misspell or anything that is missed over here, then you can't get the result. So please make sure that if you are writing with me, then please write exact code, or if you want to directly copy from the source code, then it is a better, I think so. While copying a code with from the source code will save your time, because these are the some commands that you don't need to learn or understand. This is just a copy paste thing. So usually when I make a app, I usually copy this complete stripe payment code and paste in the app. I don't type this again and again, because that doesn't make a sense to copy this code again and again. But for the viewers who don't want to get the code, I'm typing the code over here. So in the payment method type, I am passing a payment method which is a card, so the user can pay through the card. Now I will simply write var response equals to await http dot post. Now here you can see http, so we need to add a http package. I don't know if I have already added, no I have didn't. So we can simply move and we can write http move to the HTTP package, installing. Now copy this package and we'll paste it over here. Yeah, now run the package. So version error, again remove the package. Now we need to copy this import package here, and we'll move product detail page and we'll paste it over here and simply write as HTTP. Don't forget to write as HTTP. Now after this, dot post, and in the post I will pass a URI dot parse. Sorry, URI, not body. Why I wrote a body over here? Yeah, URI dot parse. So we'll simply parse a link which is a HTTP link. Now the HTTP link, I will simply copy and paste the link over here. So give me a second. I need to copy that link and paste it over here. I don't remember that link. So yeah, it is this link that we are going to use. Now after this, we need to pass a header, and in the header we need to pass a authorization. So it is one of the most important thing to pass a authorization, because in the authorization we need to pass a secret key. So we'll write bearer, now again dollar sign, and we'll pass a secret key. Yeah, so after this, wait a second, let's create a calculate amount function just below this. Then I will write a code, because here I can't use the thing systematically because there is an error showing above. Now I will simply write a function name calculate, which is this function name. So I'll copy this and we'll paste it over here. Now we'll pass a string amount. Yeah, now after this I will write a final. Now I will pass a calculated amount. So I will write calculated amount, not in capital, maybe like this. Yeah, now we'll write int dot, it is curly braces. No, we don't need a curly braces. In dot parse, and we'll parse amount into 100. You need to do this, otherwise it will show the amount in the point form. So, and we'll return the calculated amount dot to string. Yeah, not to int, to string, yeah. So here you can see the thing. Now after this, I will simply write a catch, and we'll write error error, and it will simply print the error. So we'll write error charging user, ठीक है. Yeah, now we'll write dollar sign and we'll write error dot to string. Yeah, so here it is done. Now in the authorization we need to pass authorization. I will write a content type over here. So I will simply write content type. So I will write content, yeah, something like this, content type. Yeah, after content type I will write application dash x www form URL encoded. Yeah, so here it is done, and I have wrote a thing for the header, and we will pass this HTTP response. Now after this we need to pass a body. So I will simply write body over here, and we'll write body and we'll pass the body. Yeah, something like this. Now we need to use this. Yeah. So we'll write after this print, and we will print a payment intent body. Maybe rather than print, we can just return a JSON decode. So I will simply write JSON decode response dot body. Yeah. So here it is done. Now in the catch we are passing that error. Yeah, so I think so I've wrote a complete code for the Stripe payment gateway. Now we need to call this make payment function in the, for an example, when I'll select watch over here, and when I'll tap to this, then when I'll tap to this buy now button, then it will simply show me the $300, and I can use the card and pay through the Stripe payment gateway. Now in the buy now button, I will simply wrap up with a gesture detector, and in the on tab I will simply call a make payment function. So I will write make payment and will pass the amount. So our amount is here, I mean widget dot price. So I will simply write widget dot price. Yeah, something like this. So here it is done. Now let hot restart the app, and let's test the app how our function is working. Now when I'll hot restart the app, and we'll click to the watch, and we'll simply click on this plus icon. Now I'll click to the buy now button. So here you can see that our Stripe payment gateway is working brilliantly, and our payment gateway has been opened successfully. Now we can simply add a card information. Now to test the card, you need to write just 4242 11 times, maybe 12 times. 424242, yeah. So 2 4, yeah, 12 times. You need to write 4242 12 times, and we can pass any month like up to 225 and random CVC code. Now you can pass a random zip code to 12345. Yeah. So here it is done. Now here you can see that currency is in the form of the INR, so it is Indian currency. But if you change to USD, it will simply show the pay in the USD. So do not need to worry. You can simply change the currency from here. Now when I'll click to this pay button, then you, as you can see, it is processing, and our payment has been successful, and we have successfully placed an order for this random watch. Now the card number I have shown you is the text, basically a test card number. So you can test the Stripe gateway by that card number that I've just shown you now. Now after this order has been placed, now I want to show the placed order in the admin panel as well as in the, here I mean in the order page. So here I can see what all orders I have been placed by paying them through the card, and will show that order in the admin panel too, so that admin can also get to know what all orders have he have get from the different users, and he can deliver the product to his home. Now after the successful payment, I want to upload the detail. So here I mean something like over here, yeah. Before showing a dialog box, I'm going to upload the data to the Firestore database. So I will simply write a map string dynamic. So I will write map string dynamic. Now we'll pass a order info map. So I will simply write order info map, and here I need to pass a order, you can see a product name. So I will simply write a product here, and will write widget dot name and a product price. So I will simply write price and will write widget dot price. Now after this, we need to pass the username, basically the user who is using this app and the user who have placed this order. Now to pass this, we need to get that by using a shared preference. So first I'm going to pass a string name and the email. So I will simply write mail, because I'm going to also pass the email, so that if there will be any problem with an order, the admin can directly mail the user. So we'll simply write that, and we'll get through the get the shared pref function. So I will simply write get the shared pref. Now we'll write async, and in the name I will simply write name equals to await shared preference helper dot get user name. Now we need to also get the mail, so I will simply write mail equals to, not here, yeah, await shared, like this, yeah, await shared preference helper dot get user email. Yeah, now we'll simply write set state now on the load function, and we'll pass this on the load function in the init state, so that it can call as soon as this page calls. Now we'll simply call the get the shared pref function, and we'll write set state over here, and in the init state I will call the get on the load function. Yeah, get on the, not get, it is on the load, yeah, on the load. Yeah, so here it is done. Now we are get the data from the shared preference. Now we can easily pass a name, so I will simply write a name, and will pass the name. Now after this we can pass the email, so I will simply write email, and we can pass the mail. So here it is done. Now if you want, you can also show the user image, so that it can get the perfect idea which user have placed an order. So we can simply write await shared preference helper dot get user image. So here it is done. Now we can simply pass the image, user image. So I will write image. Yeah, you can also pass a product image. So I will write product image, and we'll write widget dot image. Yeah, so here it is done. Now we have passed all the data. Now we need to upload the data to the Firestore database. So let's create a function in database.dart file. So I'll simply call, not call, I will copy this function and will paste it over here, and will change the function name to order, not order, yeah, order details. Yeah, so here I am going to show all the orders. So I will simply create a new collection name orders. Now we'll pass our doc id. Maybe we don't need a doc id, we can simply pass dot add, and we'll simply remove this id from here. Yeah, now we can pass this function in the map. So not in the map, after the map. So we'll move to the product detail.dart again, and we'll simply write await equals to database methods dot, and we'll call a order, and in the order detail we'll pass our info map. So we'll write order info map. Yeah, so here it is done. Now we can simply add the details in the order collection. So let's test it again. So I will simply hot restart the app. Now when I'll tap to this watch again, and let's place an order for Apple Watch. Now I'll click to this watch. Now I'll click on buy now button. So here you can see the payment information page. Now I'll simply write test card number, yeah, and random month and random CVC code, and the zip. Now I will click on processing, and here you can see that payment has been successful. Now I think so we have successfully uploaded the detail to the Firestore database. So let's move to the Firebase, and we'll move to the Firestore database, and here you will see a collection name orders. So wait for a few seconds. So here you can see the collection orders as I was telling you now, and here you can see a random document name and the email, basically my email, the user's email, the user's image, the user name, the price of the product which is 200. Now the product name you can see Apple Watch 2, Apple Watch, and the product image. So this is the product image. So here it is working brilliantly, and we can successfully place the order and can show the order in the Firestore database. So this is it from this video. On this video, I have taught you how to connect a Stripe payment gateway in the Flutter app and how to show the order in the Firestore database. So in the next part, I am going to show how to show these orders in the admin panel and how the admin can mark complete if the order has been delivered to that user. Now we will also show the orders in the user app, and there will be some more functions like we need to create like profile page where the user can change their profile picture and all. So if you are loving this awesome shopping app or e-commerce app series, do not forget to hit that subscribe button because it will give us some support to bring some more videos on this channel, and it is totally free. So do not forget to hit that subscribe button down below and hit that like button too to show your extra love and support. Until then, keep coding, keep having fun. I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.